Hello everyone, welcome to another coding session. In this session, we'll be covering Asyncio wait and cancellation of Asyncio tasks. Okay, so I have the same example that we've been doing in the previous session. I want to show you the difference between Asyncio wait and Asyncio gather, right? So let's look at this core routine, get comments of top stories. So basically, I create a fetcher object and then I get the top stories. I do a fetcher.fetch, which basically gives me the top stories on Hacker News. So I get a response. If the exception happens, I return. Okay. Well, now I create for basically this gives a list of all the top stories. I just want five of them. So I create a task for each of those five. I want to get the number of comments. So this is what this is doing. I loop through this response and response limit is five. For each of those post ID, I want to get the number of comments. So I call this coroutine. Basically, create a task. You also see that I'm storing the task object in a dictionary. So the key is the task object and the value is the post ID. This is being used later, and this is how you can have a reference to your, it's always nice to have a reference to your task, right? So this dictionary does that. Now, this is a crucial part. I've showed you asyncio gather, but asyncio wait is another option that you can use. With wait, you can pass in the list as it is without like with gather, you have to do star task.keys. Here, you can just pass it as it is. And there's an option with wait called return when, right? So here I've done return when. As soon as the first exception occurs, async IO wait will return. But you have other option like first completed, all completed, right? So if you see, you can by default it's all completed. But here I have first exception. Now asyncio wait returns two iterables. One is done and pending. So done is all the tasks that have finished or through an exception. So this will have that one task that threw an exception. Pending is the ones that are still running, right? So I get a list of iterables of done and pending. Now, since so I what I do is this is how you do task cancellation. I iterate over the list of pending tasks and I cancel them here. And all the done tasks are done, but you have to understand that, so I iterate over the done task and try to get the result. So I do done task for the done task in done and then done task dot result. Now this statement can again throw an exception because I told you the done task will also have that task with through the first exception, right? So I that's why I try to put this in a try except block and then run the whole thing. Cool. So this is how you use async IO wait. Very useful. You can do first exception, first or all completed, first completed, three options for pass return when. Okay. Now task cancellation. So okay, so this is your this coroutine or this function is your main task, right? To get the stories of five or all the top stories, and each of those stories there are children comments, right? So when you do a pending task dot, and these are the pending tasks basically, all the comments and all of them that are running in the background. So when you do a cancel, when a parent task sends a cancel thing, it even propagates to the child task. Okay, so all the children of that task of the parent task will also get this. It raises an exception called async IO cancellation error. So if you see this core routine, right? I've put all of this logic within the try except block. You don't. So if I don't put this here, it will just come and cancel it. But let's say you want to log some error or you want to do something before you actually canceling it, you can put in a try except block. What I do here is I look at the tasks, right? So these are tasks for calculating the sum of comments here, right? So I have the task list. So what I do is I go through this and I cancel it. You don't need to do this because as soon as the parent task will receive the cancelled error, it will propagate to the child task, right? But yeah, uh, just for logging and things like that, I've just to show it to you, I've done this. I cancel specifically go and cancel each of the running tasks, and then if the task list is empty, then I just log that okay, there was no comment for this, and then I re-raise the cancellation. This is important because otherwise, if you just handle the exception and don't do things, it will not cancel the children task, right? Cool. Um, all right, this is all I have. I'll just run it for you and show it to you. This code will be so I've this the code will be uploaded on GitHub. You can go and take a look at it later. CD5. I think I not wait. All right, so this is how it runs. There are errors, but I'm handling those errors so you don't see weird crashes and things like that. All right, folks, thank you for joining in. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make some other video. Thanks for please share, subscribe, like. It really motivates me. I'll be covering Asyncio and there'll be more videos to come on this topic. Thank you. Thanks everyone.